Hello, I'm Sabina Hasanova with the latest news in English on AzVision TV. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev has signed an order on road construction amongst Afatli, Hacı Turalı and Hasanxanlı villages of Ağdam district. Allocating 2 million manats for the construction from the state budget, the order will pave the way for better connection of 7 residential areas populated by 5,000 people. Over the past 24 hours, military units of the Armenian armed forces have violated ceasefire along the contact line between Azerbaijani and Armenian troops 125 times using large-caliber machine guns, reports the Azerbaijani Defense Ministry. Azerbaijan's armed forces celebrate the 24th anniversary of Horadiz operation, which lasted from December 1993 to January 1994.
In the winter of 1994, Azerbaijani armed forces prevented the attack by the Armenian armed forces on Beylagan, launching a counter-attack and liberated a large part of Fuzuli district. The sides kept fighting in Fuzuli and Jabrayil. However, Azerbaijan did not manage to successfully conduct the operation as new military units kept the Armenian side afloat. Azerbaijani armed forces achieved to liberate 1,000 hectares of lands from Armenian occupation, including the Horadiz settlement, 20 villages of Fuzuli district and Jojig Marjanli village of Jabrayil district. The Horadiz operation is the most successful military operation conducted in the winter of 1994 by Azerbaijani armed forces.
The Ministry of Defense and the Military Prosecutor's Office of the Republic of Azerbaijan signed a joint action plan aimed at strengthening the rule of law and military discipline, as well as preventing crimes in the Azerbaijani army in 2018. The plan has established the time and place of the planned events and responsible persons for them. The goal of the action plan is to educate the military personnel legally, strengthen discipline and law, and eliminate existing problems. The Global Firepower Review for 2017 has ranked Azerbaijan 20th with 7 billion barrels of oil among the world countries rich with proven oil reserves. Venezuela tops the list, boasting the highest volume. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Canada, Iran and Iraq follow Venezuela in GFP's top 5. Azerbaijan Airlines has introduced a new check-in procedure for its flights. Thus, the check-in for all flights at all airports will close 60 minutes before departure as of 15th of January. The check-in will be available 3 hours before departure. Azal suggests passengers take advantage of the free online check-in and luggage drop-off counter. North Korea agreed to hold official talks with the South next week, the first in more than 2 years, hours after the United States and South Korea delayed a military exercise amid a standoff over the North's nuclear and missile programs. South Korea said the North had sent its consent for the talks to be held on Tuesday. The last time the two Koreas engaged in official talks was in December 2015. The meeting will take place at the border truce village of Panmunjom, where officials from both sides are expected to discuss the Winter Olympics to be held in the South next month and other inter-Korean relations. U.S. senators and Trump administration officials met at the White House hoping to bring about compromise legislation to tighten restrictions on Iran. Simultaneously, they intend to keep Washington in an international nuclear deal with Tehran.
The stakes have risen in the past week with anti-government protests in several Iranian cities over economic hardships and corruption. Trump has railed against a deal to limit Iran's nuclear program in exchange for loosening sanctions reached under his Democratic predecessor Barack Obama, and this worried European allies who co-signed the 2015 agreement. In October, the Republican president announced that U.S. is not interested in staying in the pact in terms of the national security, therefore threatened to pull out if lawmakers did not act to toughen it. Bob Corker, the Republican chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, said the demonstrations in Iran made it more important that Washington not do anything to shift the focus from Iran's government. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley expressed his opinion saying, "This is a matter of fundamental human rights for the Iranian people, but it is also a matter of international peace and security."
A court in Georgia has sentenced the country's former president Mikhail Saakashvili in absentia to 3 years in prison for abusing his power in the pardoning of 4 policemen convicted of murdering a banker. Saakashvili left Georgia when his presidency ended and eventually went to Ukraine, where he had been appointed governor of the Odessa region. He resigned in 2016 and harshly criticized President Petro Poroshenko. A court in the Georgian capital Tbilisi sentenced Saakashvili on Friday. Georgia has requested Saakashvili's extradition, but Ukraine has not complied. Investors are gaining confidence that 2018 will be the year of oil stocks. Analysts expect oil demand to peak. While shares in top energy companies have risen since mid-2017, they have failed to keep step with recovering crude markets, opening up a historically unusual performance gap. 2017 was a challenging year for investors, but there are now real opportunities in the energy sector. Experts expect oil prices to rise gradually by 2020 as supplies tighten due to a dive in investment in recent years. China aims to implement artificial intelligence technology in at least half of all its new cars by 2020 and cover 90% of its big cities and highways with a wireless network that can support smart vehicles. These goals are part of a draft for a national smart car strategy that the National Development and Reform Commission wants to seek public feedback for. China is aiming to become a world leader in artificial intelligence by 2025 with an aim to grow its core AI industries to over $22 billion by 2020. Smart cars are a key part of the project. And that was all for today. Thank you for your attention. See you tomorrow.